Hello guys, welcome to a review video, and today we are talking about F1. And the reason why we're talking about F1 is because we've had a very interesting day yesterday for P2 and P1, as well as a new rumour, which I'm not 100% certain will happen, but it has been said from the man himself. But now we'll get into that in a minute. You've probably already seen it here, or you probably already read about it. But today I will be talking about what I think. But first, let's go to the where is it? Time. Right. So let's see the results for P2 and P3, P1 and P2, and we'll watch the highlights. We'll talk about the highlights because I don't want to get copyright. But first practice, alright, everything normal, apart from, as you can see, there's no Daniel Ricciardo. But that's because his seat was taken for the first practice by Ayuma Iwasa. I don't know how you pronounce it. For Japanese thing, I can't remember what. We'll get into that in a wee bit. But in P2, it's very interesting. Only some of them actually went on track. These five. No. Yeah, these five only went on track. No. These 13 people went on track. And the rest, never. Because of the rain. Which is quite strange. Because from the look of it, it was better. But we have Oscar Piastri, which is got P1 with a minute 34.725, which isn't the best lap, but it's better for it's good enough for what happened today or yesterday, however you want to prefer it. But not many actually have a good lap time. I know for laps, but it's not showing the lap times. Don't know why. But it's a bit strange. But hey ho, no Max Verstappen in it, so it's kind of a win-win. But yeah, it's a bit strange. And drivers, you can see Max Verstappen is currently winning, but that's because when is he not? Apart from Australia, which was a very interesting race for Red Bull. But hey, I'm not complaining. But apart from that, nothing really interesting. Oliver Bearman. If you watch the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, you'd say, you know, that's a really good race for Ollie. But apart from that, nothing really interesting. Apart from, let's see, nothing really interesting. Apart from the Alpine, let's talk Alpine. They're not doing really good at the start of the season. I mean, I feel more sympathy for Pierre Gasly because I'm not a big fan of Esteban. He's not really that good of a driver, in my opinion. He's too aggressive on track for my liking. Where it's really just messed up Pierre Gasly's couple races last year. So hopefully Pierre Gasly makes a good change some point, gets to a better team, maybe even return to what was AlphaTauri, which is now RB. Right. We talked about the F1 and P1 and P2 practice. Now let's come to the crash that happened in FP1 with Logan Sargent. It was not really not a good race for Logan for practice, which made him sit out both P1 and P2 because the damage was too bad. So feel bad for him. Yeah, I do see potential in Logan. He's just gotta get into it. That's all. Just needs time. But apart from that, just needs to take time. Because from the look of it, a normal person would not be able to drive a car like this. One, the speed, and two, the amount of pressure in that car is unbelievable. But apart from that, damage doesn't even look that bad. But this is from this side. I don't know what it looks like on the other side. But apart from that, let's skip away from that and let's go here, where Wolff admits Vettel is never a name you can discount amid rumours of F1 coming back with Mercedes. Now this is what I'm thinking. It could happen, but it could not. Because we all know what's happening next year with Lewis Hamilton. He's moving to Ferrari. And from what I've been hearing, Toto Wolff hasn't really been getting a good look around for new drivers. So we'll just see what happens with Sebastian. Miss him. He's always a good racer. Just went into a bad team. And Toto. So if we have a read, Toto Wolff has stated that he would never discount Sebastian Vettel amid reports linking the four-time world champion to a possible F1 comeback with Mercedes. Right, and then we see, having recently taken part in an endurance test with Porsche, Vettel acknowledges that he could potentially be interested in returning to Formula One, as well as saying that he had never in conversations with Wolff, though added that this way not really about the seat that has become available at the team in 2025 after Lewis Hamilton's decision to switch to Ferrari, which I've just said is what's happening. And I feel like he should just stay with Mercedes. I mean, no offense to Ferrari, really fast car, quite good, really nice, but it's more talking about durability. It's not always the best at time, and we've seen this in the past with Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Brake failures, engine failures. They don't really have a good book with that. So that's why I'm thinking he should just sit at Mercedes. It's probably would have been the best decision, but it's done and dusted. Can't change anything now. So just have to see what happens next year. And right, let's read more. We'll go to this link in a minute after we read these two bits. Hamilton has hailed the possibility of Vettel joining the Silver Arrows as an amazing option. So Hamilton surprisingly wants his seat taken by one of what I would think a really good friend with, which is Vettel, which is a really good idea. I mean, I'd love to see Sebastian Vettel back in a race car, in the games. It just makes it all more normal. So I really hope that happens. It'd be a dream come true. Because who doesn't like Sebastian Vettel? He's a good guy. Really good guy. Alright, let's read more. And when asked ahead of Japanese Grand Prix how realistic such a move could be, both similarly spoke highly of the German driver. Seb, I think, is flirting with the idea of going racing again, said the Mercedes team boss. You can see he's done a sports car test with Porsche and has been enjoying it, and I think maybe there's an idea that came back at maybe coming back to Formula 1. Sebastian Vettel has been a good friend since a long time. I respect him as a driver a lot, therefore it's never a name you can discount, and says, no, it's not for us, it's needed to be part of the discussions going forward. So, as we can see, Toto really wants Sebastian in Mercedes, because from what was said by, has been a good friend since a long time, which means they have a really good bond with each other. They get along well. So I think that could be a good choice. Because I don't know what they're going to do if Sebastian doesn't actually get into F1. It could be a hard rest of the year if he doesn't come back. So I really hope that he does, because I don't want Mercedes looking for a new driver for a long time. I mean, they need to get this done now, so then they're set for next year and know what the strategy is of hopefully becoming a constructors winning title with them for 2025, because I really do not want to see Red Bull having that again. I mean, I know we've just started the F1 season, but depending on how well the Red Bull is, they probably will get again. But I mean, there's still what, I think it's 20 races left. So there's still time to see what happens, what plays out, because from the Australian Grand Prix, it was really interesting with the rear brake failure for Max, which made him need to retire, which giving Carlos Sainz the win for Ferrari, even though Carlos Sainz is going to be jobless for next year unless he can find a seat as a reserve for a year contract, or if Sebastian doesn't join, maybe Carlos could get a seat for that, which is highly unlikely from the reviews and I've been seeing. But as we know, Vettel retired in 2022 after having 15-year career in the sport, where he achieved 4 world championships, 53 race wins, and 57 pole positions, which is really good for his 15-year career. Really good. But yeah, I think that's basically it for what we should talk about with Sebastian Vettel. Alright, so before we end up this video, let's talk about what happened a few years back with Leclerc, tribute helmet for the former Ferrari protege. Charles Leclerc has said it was so important for him to pay tribute to Julius Bianchi at this weekend's Japanese Grand Prix after revealing a special helmet design in honor of the late Frenchman. So for any of you who don't know Julius, he was Charles Leclerc's godfather, who died in August 2015 at the Suzuka race. Well, crashed during the 2014 race at Suzuka and passed away on August 2015. Which is gotta feel bad for Charles Leclerc. He was really young, but at least they made it to Ferrari for Julius, and for that we should be really proud of him. He's a phenomenal driver, Charles. I am a fan of him. Not a big fan. For those who don't know, I am a big Oscar Piastri fan. And you both like, but Scott. He's a Australian driver, you know. And for that, you're right. I am British. Well, more Scottish because I'm from Scotland. But Oscar, he's a good driver. Really, really good start of the year for F1 last year. Bad start, but through that, he got good wins. Well, not wins, but the Spa sprint got first top 3. It's really good. Led most of it. Close to getting that win for the sprint, but didn't get it because of Max Verstappen. But it was a great race. Loved it. And 10 years since that accident. Wow. That was a long time ago. A decade ago. Let's have a look at the design, shall we? 17, because that was his racing number. Got see the Ferrari logo, sponsors. Really nice design here. Like the red, metallic looking red, and got what looks to be plastic bits. Well, to be fair, it's all plastic. It's just really shiny. That bit shiny, that's not. The side, oh wow, love that right there. That's beautiful. I gotta say, really good design on that. Love it. And if you want to read more, just go to the F1 website. And if you don't have it, it's free download. You can see when it starts, which is in 3 hours and 10 minutes. For P3, and then qualifying, which is at so P3. If you're in Britain, it's 3:30 to 4:30, and qualifying is at 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So if you want to watch the qualifying before instead of the practice, I would suggest go to sleep now. Unless you're watching this before that, well, after that, I mean, and yeah, but we'll see how it gets on, and enjoying the race, because I sure will. Probably I might not watch it because I am really busy. But apart from that, I am excited to see who wins the Japanese Grand Prix. So yeah, I guess that's where we'll wrap up. Went through a lot today, and just want to let you know, have a great rest of your day, enjoy the race, and I'll see you guys in the next one.